Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Love's Labour's Lost, and we are in the farcical section of the play, which a lot of versions call Act 4, Scene 3. In the folio, it's just still part of Act 4, Scene 1. So the princess and her ladies were out hunting deer, and then there was a lot of sexual innuendo, and then we discovered that the letter that Barone had sent to Rosalind actually ended up in Jaconetta's hand, so Jaconetta and Costard are bringing said letter to the king, but in the interim, Barone was walking around and sighing over the fact that he's in love and lamenting the fact that he's in love. But when the king came in, Barone went to hide in a bush, so he got to see the king read the king's sonnet out loud to the Princess of France. So now Barone knows that the king is also in love, and at the end of the king's reading of his sonnet, which he just like dropped on the ground and kicked under a bush hoping that the princess would find it, then Longaville comes in and he's also reading a sonnet, but sort of bemoaning that it isn't a very well written sonnet. The king jumps into another bush, so now we've got like Barone hiding in one bush, the king hiding in another bush. Barone knows that both the king and Longaville are there. The king knows that Longaville is there. Longaville thinks he's by himself. It's fun when you see it. Anyway, so Longaville is reading his sonnet and saying this is no good, and then he tears it up and he wants to read something else, and while he's doing it, the Barone and the king are injecting like snide little remarks and being like, "Wahaha, we got him, he's in love, until Longaville actually gets to read the sonnet that he wants to give to Maria, right? Because it is Maria that he's in love with. Yes, I believe so. Hang on. Is it Longaville who's in love with Maria? Or with Catherine? Anyway, whichever one it is that he's in love with. Sorry about that. The appropriate lady, I believe it's Maria. He takes his sonnet and he says, "The same shall go. Did not the heavenly rhetoric of thine eye, 'gainst whom the world cannot hold argument, persuade my heart to this false perjury? Vows for thee broke deserve not punishment. A woman I forswore, but I will prove, thou being a goddess, I forswore not thee. My vow was earthly, thou a heavenly love. Thy grace being gained cures all disgrace in me. Vows are but breath, and a breath a vapor is. Then thou, fair sun, which on my earth doth shine, exhalest this vapor vow, in thee it is. If broken then, it is no fault of mine. If by me broke, what fool is not so wise to lose an oath to win a paradise?" So again, lovely, sort of a lovely sonnet saying that she is a goddess, she is above existence on this earth, and since he swore to see no women, therefore he hasn't broken his vow because she's not really a woman, she's a goddess, she's a creature sent from heaven that lights up the entire world, kind of is where he's coming from. Meanwhile, Barone and the king continue to snicker in the background in their bushes, and then, dun dun dun, because we have to have all the guys involved, he notices that Dumaine is coming in, so Longaville jumps into another bush. So now Barone knows that all three of the others are there. The king knows that Longaville and Dumaine are there. Longaville knows that Dumaine is there, but Dumaine thinks he's by himself, so he launches into all this stuff where he's trying to write his lovely sonnet, but Barone and the king, and maybe a little bit of Longaville, are like playing Mystery Science Theater 3000, making comments on like every line that he's writing down, until finally Dumaine gets something on paper, and we will get to hear what that something is tomorrow, and then you can compare for yourself which of the four gentlemen you think wrote the best sonnet to his lady. I will see you tomorrow for that. Mwah.